Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video that is very helpful if you will be traveling to somewhere really hot, really humid, or if you live in one of those areas. So at the end of last year, I traveled to Sri Lanka and I learned so much about how to keep the foundation intact in that heat and in that humidity. I don't know why I didn't think of this before going to Sri Lanka, that, you know, obviously the foundation was going to react differently in that different environment. I just did not think of that. So I went to a wedding and I had put on my liquid foundation because I live on liquid foundations. I don't like powder. At the end of the wedding, I just had a look at my face and it was so glossy and I hated it. So what I'm going to do is tell you guys 2 ways that you can put your foundation on. As much as I love liquid foundation, powder is the way to go when it's hot and humid. So what I'm going to tell you is something really simple that you can do to make sure that you have flawless skin and that it stays on the whole day. All you need is your favorite powder foundation, and mine is my MAC Studio Fix, and this is in the color NC42. It looks slightly on the fair side, but trust me, this is my color. There are 2 ways that you can actually do this. One way is something that I noticed when I was at my best friend's wedding. What I noticed was that makeup artists were spraying water or setting spray onto the pan itself. Now, I don't know about you, but MAC is very expensive and I don't really want to be doing that. I mean, if you have something cheap but something really effective that you can do that to, go ahead. If you are going to go down that route, all you need to do is just spray it onto the pan itself and get a beauty blender, get a lot of it, and then just apply it onto your face. And it essentially dries matte because it's powder. What I've done is I've slightly tweaked it so that it matches my preferences and my budget. I'm gonna put this on with one of these foundation brushes, and this is from MAC. It is in the number 170. I've obviously just used it, so it's slightly dirty. It's got a very sturdy brush, a sturdy end, so that you can just pack the powder foundation on your skin really well. For this, you're also going to need a setting spray, or you can use water, I guess. What I'm going to use is my MAC Prep and Prime in the fragrance Rose. Just before I put the makeup on, one thing I want to say is, with this method, you can't really do color correcting because that color correction seeps through. Trust me, I've done it, so learn from my mistake. You can't do that, but you can just use a concealer. And as a concealer, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pack my foundation onto my brush and then transfer it onto my skin. Obviously, be as generous as you can because what you want is a good coverage, and then we have a neat trick after to make sure that everything is blended in. So you sort of smear it on and then transfer it onto your skin. You can instantly see that it does go on the skin really well. So at this point, try not to blend it in. You just need to get a good amount onto your skin. Slightly concentrate on the areas that you want to be sort of, highlighted and appear brighter. Once you're happy with the amount that you've applied onto your skin, and it doesn't matter if it looks like it's too much at this stage because we're going to deal with that with this step. Now what you need is a beauty blender or something that you can wet and apply onto your skin, and a setting spray. So for this step, you just need to spray the setting spray onto your face. Don't let it dry because what you need to do is pat it or blend it with your beauty blender. And what this does is it actually transfers onto your skin equally. And once the setting spray has dried, it will dry matte. So it'll be heat proof, humidity proof. So don't overdo it too much because you will transfer the powder onto your sponge. It's just light taps to make sure that every area is covered. You can now see that once it's dried, it dries matte and there's a beautiful coverage. The concealer itself can be used before or after. I have used it after my powder foundation, but if you're finding it difficult to blend powder with the liquid, make sure that you try it the other way as well. And this is pretty much all you need to do, and it'll last you for the whole day. If you feel like you're gonna need to touch up, depending on what you're planning on doing, just make sure you take a beauty blender, setting spray and the powder, and you are all set. Now the second method is probably my preferred method because it uses liquid foundation and it is my love. So there's no surprise that I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and this is in the color Syracuse. And the secret to this method is using blotting powder. Now there's a powder called Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is like a holy grail in a lot of people's makeup routine, but I don't have that. What I do have is my Fenty Beauty Invisimatte blotting powder. It's sort of like the translucent powder because what it does is that it actually absorbs oil and water from your face and keeps it like that throughout the day. When you look at it, it's white and you might think, oh, that's not really gonna go with my brown skin. Trust me, it does, and it doesn't really leave a gray overcast or anything like that. So this has been a part of my routine, even in New Zealand, even though it's not like, you know, hot and humid because it's nearing winter. I still use it because it just makes your skin look flawless. It sets the makeup, it sets the foundation, and it just gives it a really nice finish. I'm gonna put little dots all over my face. And then I'm gonna take my trusty beauty blender and blend everything in. The good thing with this method is you can actually use a highly pigmented concealer, just like the one that I have here, which is the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the color Tan Sand. So just gonna put it where I usually conceal and blend everything in. It is a lot easier blending liquid on liquid, which is why with the first method it was really taking a long time to blend in the concealer. Alright, so once you're happy with the coverage, it's time to use my secret weapon, which is the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte blotting powder. You can use any old brush, to be honest. It does come with this sort of, what do you call it? It's like a little spongy thing. I find it really hard to pat it in with this one, so I'm gonna use a brush. And just get a good amount. It's very white on the brush, but it does go invisible, which is why it's called Invisimatte. Concentrate it on the areas that you find your skin to be oily over the day. For me, that's sort of around my nose area. And what you can do is actually take this with you so that you can just blot on the way, and you can use this one because now that you have got a good coverage, all you need to do is just do touch-ups anyway. So make sure this is in your bag when you go. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed those two methods. These are two techniques that I've passed on to people who have gone traveling, who want to use makeup, especially those that go for weddings and things like that. So I hope that you can take away something from this. These are tried and tested methods, so I hope you like them. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed and who always comment. I freaking love you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do and support my channel. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and comment down below saying any other techniques that you have so that we can all share our experiences. Have an amazing week ahead, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.